We have somewhat of an injury crisis on our hands here. I think we've now lost 6 first-team players. This could be a problem.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying the series, drop a like on the video, that would be magnificent. So, we've had a 2-week break, and a lot of things have actually happened in that 2-week break, despite us not playing any games. The first of which you'll be seeing on your screen right now, and that is that Franz Sullivan has come out as gay. I mean, they just come out of nowhere. I've only ever had this event happen to me on a save once, and that was for a regen player that was in like the youth academy, like half a star, so it wasn't actually like that much of a big deal. And it's still not a big deal, of course. It's just a player living their life. Good for him. But it's just cool that it's actually happened to a first team player of our team, and it's Franz Sullivan. So big up Franz. And while I was looking at his profile, I noticed that, I think we talked about this before, he has 2 caps for Trinidad. Now obviously they must have been in friendlies or something, since he's still counted as English, and I believe he can still play for England. But I would be very surprised if he gets an England call up at any point in his career now. So I would expect at some point in the next couple of years to see Franz Sullivan declare properly for Trinidad and probably start playing a lot of international fixtures. And my God, he would tear things apart for Trinidad and Tobago. And I really hope he does declare for him. In addition to that, the club is expecting a shirt boost thanks to that. So I suppose that I've never seen that one before. Now, I also asked the board about expanding the stadium. They have said yes, because we've got the money. The stadium will now be expanded to 16,600. Will be done by the end of sort of next season, I think. So even bigger stadium coming to Castle Park. To the Lighthouse. I don't know how big Blackhaven's expansion is going to be. It's a race to the top. In addition to that, they're also spending 650k on youth facilities and 160k on training facilities, boosting the junior coaching budget and the youth recruitment. So the board are finally investing in the infrastructure at the club now, and it's brilliant to see. We might finally start to produce some youth players. Who knew? For those who missed it, FM20 is free for a limited time on Epic Games. Yes, so hopefully this is still a thing and I'm not too late to the party on this one. I did talk about it on stream on Saturday. If you want FM20 for free, it's all this week. And if you get it now, it's free forever. Then go to Epic Games. I know that some of you might have reasons not to, and believe me, I completely understand that. But if you are interested in getting it for free, there you go. Martin Tyler when Kimberly scores. And it's Clive! Yes, it is. It's always Clive. Hopefully you can get that form back. How many players do you need? Blackhaven, yes. Instead of making home a fortress, make everywhere else a fortress. That's true. We are basically just annexing everyone else's grounds. It's good to see. Can I just say how wholesome the comments have been over the weekend? My goodness. Like, it's not that I'm surprised at all. It's just particularly wholesome over the last few days. So thank you. You're all lovely. And I'm incredibly enjoying this save. So let's get into our game today. It's Chelsea at home. Nice and easy, obviously. Liverpool lost to Brighton, which doesn't really help us. I was hoping that Brighton would keep losing because I just want to make sure that we don't get relegated, because we could go on a massive slide, as is likely. We've done it before in much worse leagues. So Ernesto Valverde's Chelsea come here. We've got 18 points on the board and still have a positive goal difference. There's a lot to like about that, to be fair. Blackhaven host Watford today, who are a good side, but Blackhaven have still got a lot in them, I feel like. I don't think they're done for the season by any stretch. They look like they'll be fine, but I think they're going to go pushing up the league a little bit. I love that Bristol City are not in the relegation zone with a minus 22 goal difference. So, we've got problems in that Buzidi and Schutter are now both out on this right-hand side, so Jeff Hayes will come in. I have a lot of trust in Jeff, although, admittedly, I did rest him out for Pat on Kylie a little bit, which means BPK will keep his place on the bench in the Premier League. Vertelbor, or the Carrot Farmer, as apparently his name means, will have to drop out today, but luckily we've got Mate. Mate to come in. You always need a mate. And Fraser Thompson now can come back in, which is nice. So, Billington, I think, has done okay this season, really. He's still scored goals in the Premier League. I feel like Ropas is kind of waiting for his chance to take over from Billy, should the opportunity come. But I still feel like there's more life in Billy yet. And obviously, Charrier will have to play right back. And I think Morelli should be able to come back in as well, which is nice. So I think the bench will be Morton, Putman, Kylie, Aston Herbert, Ropas, Smith, Buffo, and Watson. It's one of these games where any points are considered bonus points, and we will take them. You don't stay up by winning games like this. But frankly, I think at the moment, we've given ourselves a lovely cushion that I think, as long as we are like not the worst team imaginable for the rest of the season, should be enough to keep us up. And next year, it's all going to be about stability. I don't think we're going to splash out on huge money signings in the summer if we were to stay up, even though we'd probably get a huge budget. I'd probably look to invest in really young, hopefully talented players to try to give them a year to bed in and whatnot, rather than overdoing it, potentially, just in case things do start to go a bit, funny, as they often do. We always have that one wobbly year. Here we go. Clive Kimberley out wide, whips it across, and it's, headed wide by Simon Nelson. Blackhaven have equalised against Watford. I didn't know they'd even gone behind, but there you go. Clive Kimberley's ball in, and potentially a chance for a breakaway for Chelsea here, and Beckwith will not get that. Fair enough. Billington, nearly right. Here we go. Simon Nelson, can he create something special here? Oh, he's going to go alone. Simon Nelson forces the save out of the goalkeeper. That's not bad work from Simon there. We're limiting Chelsea, which is the main thing. Sullivan's ball in. Thompson, yes! Fraser Thompson's header. It's Whitport 1, Chelsea 0. Second in the Premier League, Chelsea 0. Sullivan's ball in. Fraser Thompson has been huge this year. I'm so glad we got him back on loan. Chelsea, there's 4 players around Fraser Thompson, and he's just smashed that header home. Oh, well, what a moment to score right before half-time. We've been so strong defensively today. Fraser Thompson has been great at both ends. Jeff Hayes has been a bit poor, in fairness. I mean, that's sort of the perfect first half in many ways. We didn't look fantastic, but we didn't let them have anything either. Edge of the box for Vasut, and it's a good save by Griggs. Chelsea are definitely trying to throw some stuff at us now, and I wouldn't blame them. Beckwith, Vasut, but we've got bodies in the way. I've got my mouse in the way as well. Butchite, oh, Beckwith's through, and a great tackle again. It's a little bit last-ditch in places here, but we're doing the job. Who would have thought that the right-sided situation would have got so bad that Ben Putman-Kiteley would end up actually playing games in the Premier League? It's nuts. And here he is again off the bench because Jeff Hayes has had a poor day so far. Charrier. Putman-Kiteley, he didn't play in the Championship for us last year, and yet here he is, starting matches in the Premier League. He's been with us since the 7th tier of English football, and here he is in the Premier League. What a story the lad is. Oh, cleared away, and Nelson will get this. Finds Sullivan, and it's cleared away. There's Watford are beating Blackhaven too. Don't let him slip that through. Everybody's relatively set right now. The Chelsea aren't moving the ball fast enough. They're just not able to break through us because, maybe they are now. Vasut, and it's another big save by Griggs, and the guy, he's offside. We got away with it. Oh, this has been a tight-ass game, and we are looking like we might come out on the right side of it. It's definitely going to be called out. Our season this year reminds me an awful lot of Blackhaven's last year. Like, it's almost identical in that really good start, have little blips here and there, and just sort of hovering around the sort of 10th, 9th, 8th kind of positions as Beckwith. Whew. Connor, long to Sullivan, flicks into the path of Demetrius Ropas. He's gone too wide. Can't shoot. Putman-Kiteley. Oh, lovely little reverse pass for Charrier. What a ball. Kimberley. That was really nice from BPK. Charrier again. Blocked again. Watson. Ah, he's been overcommitted now. Beckwith. This is a big chance for the defenders to show their mettle here. Oh, he's gone straight through. Well defended by Connor. We're going to bloody do it. We're going to beat Chelsea at the Lighthouse. This is definitely going to be the biggest victory the fans have ever seen at this particular stadium, for sure. Beckwith. We've just defended so damn well, getting body after body in the way and blocking everything. Oh, no! I thought Putman-Kiteley was about to give away a penalty there. Do not concede from this. Beckwith's ball in. Stay strong, lads. And it's all the way through, and it's a free kick to us, and that is going to be a victory at home to Chelsea. A very, very scrappy game, which Fraser Thompson's goal is the hero for us. Even Clive Kimberley didn't have the best day on the night, but Thompson was imperious. Thompson, Connor, and Charrier were absolutely brilliant in that match. Well done. What a performance. Some games off camera now, and we are in a wonderful spot right now. Brilliant result. Right then, we're back. We have somewhat of an injury crisis on our hands here. I think we've now lost 6 first-team players. This could be a problem. But firstly, we went away to Burnley. Early goal from Alexandra gave them the lead. It was not... Apologies, had to sneeze. It was not a good performance from us, really. But then Clive Kimberley at least dug us out an equaliser from an almost identical position. He was man of the match, of course. Burnley then got a late red card. Clive's 6th man of the match award of the season. He was excellent, but we just weren't. However, we then made up for that away at Wolves. Terrible back pass away here. Simon Nelson sneaking in there inside 30 seconds to give us the lead at Molineux. 6th goal of the year for Nelson. Lovely. But then, literally less than a minute later, the ball is rolled to the edge of the area, and Yuri Tillman's just strolling in off the touchline here, which was wonderful, striking the bottom corner 1-1. But we did what we did earlier. Put ourselves back in front again. Nice little build-up play here. Eventually the ball ends up out on this left-hand side with Vukuripa. Lovely ball through. Not Simon Nelson, Fran Sullivan. Lovely header for him. 2-1. But then, later in the game, Wolves got a really good equaliser, to be fair. Just a lovely ball over the top for Harvey Elliott. Nobody could get back quick enough, and he slots it home to make it 2-2. But we still have one more in us. As Sullivan picks the ball up in his own half, and he's just driving here. The defender comes, Sullivan's stronger, and then he just absolutely rattles in the winner. 3-2 at Molineux, huge result. Next up, frankly, this is a very good 0-0 draw. We were terrible at home against Southampton. They battered us for 90 minutes, basically, and we managed to escape with a 0-0 draw. Griggsy was phenomenal, of course. He's the only reason we got any points from this game. But unfortunately, away at Leicester, things took a turn for the worse, as we did get, finally, a defeat against a struggling Leicester side. Madison's ball to the back post, headed home. Billington was out injured for this game and will be for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Unfortunately, we lost Sullivan during this game as well, and he's now going to miss 5 weeks too. Simon Nelson is also out. There's a lot of players out, basically. Ball was whipped across. Knocked down here, and Jensen Fernandez makes it 2-0 to Leicester City. Poor. But amazingly, all of that still leaves us 8th in the Premier League in there, basically. We're still a decent-looking side. I think we're just slowly sort of sliding down the league. You can see Arsenal and Leeds sort of been catching us, although Arsenal haven't been great either. Blackhaven have been a bit hit and miss. They got the odd good result here and there. They lost away at Brighton and at home, I think, to Bournemouth. But they also got a point again. They won away at Arsenal and got a win. They're all over the place, basically. We're 6 points above them, though, and that's the main thing that I'm looking at right now. 14 points above the relegation zone. Looking like a good mid-table finish for us this year. Clive Kimberley has fallen off the average rating chart slightly, but still has the most man of the match awards. I'm hoping he can get that form back in the second half of the year. But as you can see now, we're getting towards the top of the injury charts somewhat now. You'll see more about that in a minute as we get into the next game, which is at home against Leeds United. Directly below us, a win for Leeds would send them above us, but a win for us would put a bit of a gap, and we could really do with just getting a good, comfy win. But we're going to be doing it without our first choice strike force. So as you can see, players out injured. Sullivan, Nelson, Billington's already gone. Let me just turn off this so we can actually see the full extent of this. So Nelson and Sullivan are going to be missing for this game. Chan is still out injured, obviously. Billington's still gone. Buzidi isn't good enough to start yet. It's not great. Nevit's also out injured as well now. He's picked up another injury. It's not the best situation for us right now. Also, in other news, Connor has just signed a new deal. Upping him to £17,000 a week. But, and here's the big but here, the reason I did this is because there were several news articles saying Palace wanted to sign him, and the fee that was touted around was his exact release clause of 33 million. So he's got a new contract. Again, had to put a release clause, but this time it's 84 million pounds. If Palace want to pay me 84 million pounds for Dale Connor, then be my guest. We got our youth intake preview, and it said it's an excellent group of players coming through. It's the first time we've seen this in the entire save. One thing particularly, where is it? A top prospect in the centre of midfield. We might finally have the Whitport Golden Son, the player that we've wanted. I feel like you don't always need a golden generation to get you that quality player. Sometimes you can get it with this. So prepare for us to be really disappointed, but I do feel like there's a chance that maybe we could have a homegrown player actually be decent for us. So that'd be nice. Right, let's sort this mess out. So Dave Morton will come straight back in. At least Vertelball's back, so I guess there's that. Sullivan will have to not play. I guess it's going to be Bradley Davidson and Demetrius Ropas up top. I started Ropas in the last game anyway. He's not fantastic so far, but I think he just needs time. We've just struggled a bit lately to score goals. And just as Sully was starting to find some form, injured. So we're really kind of just lacking options at the moment. Buzidi is at least nearly back fit. Thank God. But we really are struggling somewhat. So the bench will be Vukuripa, Hayes, Herbert, Watson, Marcolini, Buffo, and Levi. It's that front line, and Schurter there, not too keen on that. I'd rather have Chan than Shariah, although Shariah's done okay. All we can really do is try our hardest, because we're still in a great position, but a win here would be so useful. Because we've got Leeds at home today and Everton at home at the start of the next video. Those are two huge home games that we need to really get some points in. I mean, I say need to. At the end of the day, I think we're plodding along to a nice, comfortable mid-table finish, but you never know what we're capable of. Like, I do wonder if there's going to be a really low points threshold for that final European spot this year. So there's always the chance. You never know. I think that's a bit pushing it, even by our standards, but you never know. Oh, what a ball. Clive Kimberley's put Dave Morton through already, and Dave Morton, and I just wonder if Simon Nelson would have put that in. I think that's maybe harsh to say, but good. Clive has at least found his range straight away there, firing balls in behind. Clive Kimberley's ball in this time, and Thompson gets the header in. Oh, we've started strong. Because Watford and Southampton, you feel like, I mean, Ropas is in now. Oh, look at this. Demetrius Ropas. Oh, what a start to the game. 2 minutes in, and we've already had enough chances to literally be 2-0 up here. I am already eyeing up some signings potentially for next year. We've been having our scouts particularly focus on young, talented players. In theory, well, young. If they're talented, that's what we'll decide later. That's going to be offside against Ropas, I feel like. Yeah, he's offside. But we have found a particularly good guy that looks like, I think he's Romanian. The thing is, he plays in the same position as Clive Kimberley, but he's so cheap. So defensively, we look fairly stable, but we're just not able to get anything going forward at the moment. Bradley Davidson might get a chance, though. The space has been taken away. Bradley Davidson, and has hit the post. Oh, dear Brad. This feels like one of those horrible games that's going to finish 0-0 where Leeds won't have a shot on target, but we just can't muster anything going forward. Oh, here we go. Davidson, better. Look at the space for Dave Morton. Here we go. Go on, Dave. Round the side for Ropas. Can he score? Yes! Demetrius Ropas. 1-0 Whitport. Dave Morton with the assist. The young Greek international finally gets his first goal for Whitport Athletic. Hopefully that'll be the first of many. A little mistake there from Leeds United in the midfield. Morton does so well here. And bad defending as well to slip this round the side. Ropas, lovely little finish. Goalkeeper can't do anything about it. Only just goes in, but it still crosses the line and he must be elated. Bless him. All in all, this has been a very professional performance, and if you think about it, Ropas wins the flick on here for Levi. Can he get the ball back? Bit of space for it. Sean Levi's going alone. Oh, Sean Levi. Wow, he very nearly pulled that out. Sometimes it's the most unlikely heroes, although frankly, Ropas was not that unlikely, really. He's a striker after all. He's found Dave Morton on the return, and the two of them have linked up spectacularly. Dave Morton and Dimitris Ropas have ran the show for us today, and in this second half, they've just dug that little bit deeper there. Really, really spectacular stuff. Ropas drops into this space here, where Morton would normally be, and I think it just drags Morton's normal marker out of position. It allows him that bit of space to run in behind, and it's a lovely finish from Dave Morton, but Ropas, nice work from the two of them today. They've linked up very, very well. They've rewarded the defenders. The hard work the defenders put in this game has now been rewarded by the attackers actually stepping up for a bit. And Kimberly's into a good position here. Clive? Morton? Go on, Clive. Oh, around the side for Ropas again! Oh, and he nearly had himself a second of the night, and he probably should have done there, to be fair, but we'll let that one slide. Dale corner up to Ropas, and the spacing behind for Morton again. They've done that same interchange once again. Morton's through for another one, and he's scored. It's Whitport 3, Leeds United 0, and Dave Morton has just taken the Premier League by storm there. I hope you got him in your fantasy team this week. That would have been an unlikely pick there. Lovely work again, though, because once again, Ropas peels away, takes all the defenders with him. Morton just overlaps wonderfully. Ropas and Morton have ran the show today, and it's now 3-0 Whitport. Easily our best performance in such a long time. We've needed that win. And it's a free kick, but it doesn't matter because it's Whitport 3, Leeds 0. Morton with the man of the match award, but Ropas is just as involved in that too. That right there is a statement performance from him. A really good link-up play as well. Morton's filled in beautifully, and we've won 3-0 against Leeds United. Just as we were starting to slip, we've pulled our way back into things. Love it. The lad really, really needed that goal, and that's just the perfect display. So next episode, we start off at home at Everton. At home to Everton on TV. If we could grab another win, it's nice to see our home victory just be so solid. That's so damn needed. Although we did beat Chelsea at home too, so it's better. And then we've got, we'll probably do, I don't know, Watford maybe is the second live coming. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like. That would be lovely. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'll be awesome too. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and usually at the weekends as well, so go follow over there too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Premier League action where, I don't know, it's very inconsistent, and I would have happily taken this at the start of the season. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, cap your bar. Bye-bye.